Public Enterprises Minister Barbara Hogan continues her testimony at the state capture inquiry today. Throughout the week, she's detailed alleged political interference in board appointments at parastatals. For more on this, my colleague Erin Bates joins us live from Patan, the venue of the state capture inquiry. Erin, good morning to you. So, what is Barbara Hogan likely to touch on? We know that the issue of the SAA Mumbai route was not really touched on as a result of the power disruptions yesterday.
No, and of course those power cuts came during Hogan talking about Eskom, which is a great irony. We are here at the inquiry, and interesting, Xoli, that a party to cross-examination with Mcebisi Jonas on the 26th of November is here. I'm going to just step out of frame. Duduzane Zuma has arrived this morning. In fact, he warmly greeted Mzwanele Manyi, who we will speak to shortly. I did ask if we could get comment on the record from Mr. Zuma. He's declined, and so have his lawyers at this point. But we know that Duduzane Zuma's legal team will be making representations and cross-examining Mcebisi Jonas, who of course spoke about a meeting with Duduzane Zuma and Fana Tlongwane at the Gupta's home. So it may well be that this postponement for Jonas's cross-examination by the legal team behind me could be the reason for their presence today. We're going to park that issue for a moment. Mzwanele Manyi joins me. You're here and you have a grievance about Barbara Hogan's statement. Tell us what it is.
No, I think Barbara Hogan must do the honorable thing. For lying on a sworn affidavit and say I was at Eskom when I was not at Eskom, she must not only withdraw that like she has already done, she must now apologize publicly for that shenanigan that she was trying to pull. Because this is all deliberate. This is all a strategy to just keep name-dropping here so that all of us that get name-dropped here by the so-called angels, we are then tainted as corrupt because we are name-dropped by these so-called angels, as it was. So she must apologize for this shenanigan she was trying to pull.
And then you have indicated that you would like to correct some factual inaccuracies you say were in Pumla Williams' testimony about your time at GCIS. Just tell us more about that.
No, look, obviously I can't preempt what I'm going to be presenting here, but I'm here with a lot of evidence, documentary evidence. You know, the judge has been very consistent to say to people, don't come here with the newspaper stuff and radio stuff and what have you. Bring evidence when you make your point. So I have listened very carefully to the judge, and therefore I'm here with a whole range of pieces of documents to back up whatever I would be saying. So I'm here to just present my version, but my version is not going to be some waffling. My version is not going to be some emotional outburst. My version is going to be fact-based deposition.
Some would say on the fact that you have a rather cozy relationship with the Gupta family, and there have been accusations about your misconduct in government positions and also in business dealings with the Guptas. What's your response to your critics?
Put evidence. What misconduct is that? You see, this is a problem. People do all these kinds of things. Barbara says I was at Eskom when I was not at Eskom.
And then retracted.
And then retracted. So people must say things under oath so that we can deal with them properly, not these innuendos that they make. That I have a close relation with the Guptas is not an issue for me. I've never run away from having met the Guptas, having had curry with the Guptas, having attended the Gupta weddings, having attended their Diwali functions, and. So for me, that's not an issue. The issue is what other people do, that they meet the Guptas and then say they have not met the Guptas. They lie. This is the problem. We've got people here that have said A and said B. Those people must be brought to account for lying. People have lied. Yes. They've said they've done A, and then later it's actually B. So I've been consistent. It's not the first time that I admit that I have a relationship with the Guptas and so on. It's not the first time. So for me, it's really not an issue. An issue is lying, and secondly, is abusing your position of authority.
Yes, of course, that's the very point, is people abusing their positions of authority in government. So if we go to the facts just for a moment, the accusations around GCIS is that you were handpicked to come into that position because you were someone who was malleable, someone who was amenable to doing the bidding of the Guptas, to flouting government processes and procedures, particularly in terms of government contracts for advertising, for example, for the New Age breakfast. So those on the facts of Phumla Williams' testimony, which of course is just one version, is the allegation against you.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm going to deal with here today. And also, in fact, it was interesting because Themba Maseko had said something to the effect that there was some 600 million. Now, I had looked at the presentation by National Treasury. I was looking forward to the 600 million that should have been enabled by Manyi. And I didn't see any 600 million. So already, the 600 million that were meant to Themba should have enabled, and he didn't. And now Manyi came, and the narrative you're just painting out here is that Manyi is going to enable that. But what are the facts? Did Manyi get 600 million? The answer is no. And was there any irregularity? The answer is no. Where is the irregularity? But today, I'm going to point out irregularities which I found.
Thank you. I think we'll leave it there for the moment. Should be interesting to hear the testimony, and thank you for your time. We also understand that Dennis Bloem of COPE will be here. He will be speaking to some of the testimony from Phumla Williams, where she said that she'd spoken to him about being allegedly offered a ministerial position after she met, she says, with the Guptas, and President Jacob Zuma, as he was then, was in the family property.